wanted to begin by asking you a little bit about when you first joined Homemade Method. What were you looking for? What did you want more than anything in the world to change about your weight or your health?
Everything. I was in the darkest place of my life. I've dieted off and on for years. I've lost over 80 pounds twice in my life just to gain it back. I have Sjogren's, an autoimmune, a desk job. So I was sedentary. My joints hurt. I was overeating. And I knew I couldn't diet anymore. I just couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a very dark place. And then I found Homemade Method. And I love to cook. And I saw a Facebook post inviting me to a cooking class you were. And I thought, and to change your life. And I thought, I'm going to watch. And I was so inspired just by watching that. I thought, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. I know how to diet and I know how to eat wrong. I don't know how to eat well. I don't know how to eat for nutrition. And
yes.
Taught me that.
Amazing. I love that, Georgine. It is such a beautiful thing. And so one of the things I read in one of your posts is you said you'd been on and off diets all your life for 69 years. And that really resonated with me because the first time I remember feeling fat was at the beach when I was 7 years old. And I remember sitting on the sand with my legs out in front of me next to my skinny friend, you know, one of those rake friends. And I remember comparing our legs in the sand and thinking my legs looked fat. And that is heartbreaking to me now as a mother of two girls, where a little girl would get that idea from. So can you tell me a little bit about your, you know, life, your childhood years? When do you first remember feeling like you were struggling with your weight?
I think probably all my life. Since I was little, I was heavy, and we'd go to buy a dress or whatever. And, you know, it was hard to find something to fit, that kind of thing. And and my mom was tiny. She weighed 98 pounds. So for me, that really just almost exemplified how bad I felt about myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what was that like for you, you know, having a tiny mum and feeling like you were overweight since you were a little girl?
It really takes a toll. You don't feel worthy. You don't feel feminine. My mom, I think, was really bothered by my weight. You could see it. She didn't like it. But on the other hand, if you tried to watch what you eat when you get older, it would be, they're the ones that hand you the plate of cookies or, you know, food. So it was twofold for me. I was taught that food was celebration and the same thing, but I shouldn't eat it because I was too happy. I felt like I didn't fit anywhere in the family. Yeah. And then I lost it the first time, and emotionally it didn't change for me because I didn't feel better. I didn't feel better. In fact,
that was when you first lost 80 pounds.
Yes, I was on a really strict diet and didn't know I had Sjogren's at the time. And had I not stopped when I did, it probably would have killed me. So I was not healthy. I had a bowel that was so dried out that it was cracking problems, and I wasn't healthy.
Wow.
I've never lost weight and been healthy, ever.
Wow. And so when you tried to lose weight, tell me some of the things you tried, you know, what type of diets or?
Oh, I have done Nutrisystems, Weight Watchers twice, Metabolic Research, so high protein things, everything out there. I've tried everything. And yes, I lost weight on them, but I always gained it back plus some.
Yep.
So,
yeah. And how did you feel when you were dieting? What was that like for you?
Like you were just holding on tight because you knew you couldn't sustain it. It was a state of deprivation. And I feel I've finally forgiven myself because the program is telling me nobody can sustain it. Nobody can. So I've forgiven myself. I didn't have the right tools. That's all. I didn't have the right tools.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you came across us, and what made you decide to join? You know, oh, is this a new diet? What is this?
No, I watched the program where you talked about the cooking class and what it did and lower your blood numbers. And at that time, I had a high A1C, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Of course, my weight was out of control. I could barely walk. My joints hurt so bad. And I couldn't wait to sign up. And it was a cooking class. And what I learned, I was always taught when you diet, we used to laugh and say, if it tastes good, now. And your program has blown that out of the water.
We say if it doesn't taste good, don't eat it, right? Yeah.
And I cook, and I've tried spices I've never had. I've tried dishes I've never had. And I just finally learned to just accept the fact that I didn't know anything. And this was a course in learning how to eat for me. And I took it as a college course. I mean, I learned to cook, a cooking technique.
Good for you. Yeah. Let's give her you're so inspiring. This is just so amazing. So tell me, you've done these diets, you've lost 80 pounds twice. You're in a very dark spot in your life, you know, so much pain, high blood numbers, you can barely walk. You get the program. And what did you do? What changes did you make?
First I printed everything. I have 2 binders in my kitchen that stay on my counter. And I followed them religiously. I didn't trust myself. I mean, I got the part where you need to learn what's in your fridge, and I can do that now. But in the beginning, I didn't. I followed the recipes and I learned, and all of a sudden I was feeling better and I could walk more. And then I decided to retire, and that was stressful, but in the meantime, I scale in the closet, and I just took a leap of faith. And the last time I weighed, in September, I've weighed once in September when I went to the doctor. And at that time, I was down 35 pounds. I know I'm down more. I'm not going to weigh because I'm concentrating on feeling good, and I do. But I have had to buy all new clothes. And when I went to the doctor, my blood numbers, everything is normal. My blood numbers, the A1C went from 6.2 to 5.8. I don't have high cholesterol. I don't have high blood pressure. Everything is in the normal range, including my Sjogren's. I now walk 13,000 steps a day.
Wow.
I took a part-time job as a lunch monitor with kids, and it just fills my heart. And you walk constantly, and I walk my little dogs twice a day. And now, if I'm not active, I can't hardly stand it. That's how good I feel.
Yes. There's so many golden nuggets in what you're saying. First of all, one I wanted to highlight for the program members is if you're not losing weight on the program, I always say, do the program. What was Georgine's golden rule of how she got her results? She said, I just followed the program religiously. So much of the time when ladies reach out and they say, I'm doing the program, I'm in week 8 or 11 and I'm not losing weight. When I drill down into the details, they say, well, I'm not actually cooking your recipes. And I say, you're just cooking your version of what you think it is. But when I look at the actual foods you're eating, it's got the remnants of dieting in there. And so you're still under eating some of the meals, and then you're going off track, overeating ice cream or chips here and there. And then you write that off as just here and there that happens. But when you start nourishing your body properly, that happens less and less and less. And you're getting the good nutrition from the good food. And that's how your body starts letting go of food. So that was one great nugget you shared. And another great nugget is that when you start healing your body, ladies, when you start nourishing it with the right foods and you start letting go of the excess weight, your body will want to move. You can't exercise your way into weight loss because I used to try and do that. I used to be a 2 hours on the treadmill every day kind of girl. And then I would go and eat a packet of chocolate chip cookies after, right? And you do the math on the calories on even a small tub of low fat yogurt and you go, that was about 30 minutes on the treadmill. It's depressing. You cannot exercise your way healthy. But when you eat nourishing foods and start to listen to your body, then your body wants to move. That's the cherry on the cake. Now you're building muscles. You're burning some extra calories. You can actually eat a bit more food. So amazing, amazing story. And you look gorgeous. Like you look so beautiful. You must be feeling amazing. You've got new clothes. All her blood work is normal. Someone asked, what does high blood numbers mean? It means she was pre-diabetic, had high blood cholesterol, high blood pressure, and those are all, have serious long-term complications and risk factors, and you need to take medications. It's not a good road you want to go down. So amazing, amazing. You should be so proud of yourself. Oh, and I knew there was another nugget she shared. for everybody who's new here or a program member, as part of what she did to get her results, she said she trusted what I recommended in the beginning and put her scale away in the cupboard. Because on this program, we're not weighing ourselves obsessively. We don't show up to meetings and report we lost this much or gained this much. No, I want you to do the program and do the principles. That's what will get you the results. You know what will tell you more accurately how well you're doing with your eating than any scale ever can? How you feel in your body, how you feel in your pants. Are your pants getting looser? If your pants are getting looser and you feel better, you're doing it right. If you're not, reach out and ask for help. The scale can go up or down 4 pounds just because if you had too much salt, you've got food in your bowels. And then when you are eating healthy, you feel despondent. You go, oh, I thought I was doing so well, but the scale says I've actually gained weight. I'm so demoralized. I'm going to go sabotage myself with a bag of chips. And then you really are eating, right? Give me a yes if this happens to you. And that's exactly how it goes. Whereas if you just feel the fact that you're doing well and you stick with it, literally your pants eventually fall off and you have to buy new ones. And then you go to the doctor and he tells you you're down 35 pounds. So beautiful, beautiful story. But there's one last thing I'd love you to share, Georgine, that I loved that you shared in our members only group about when you made yourself the oatmeal and you realized you warmed the bowl for yourself. Can you tell us about that?
That homemade method has the positive attitudes and the kindness has just been just wonderful for my heart. And it finally has dawned on me that if you're kind to yourself, you're kinder to everyone. And I warmed the oatmeal and I made this beautiful bowl of oatmeal. And I thought I'd done something really nice for myself. And it really touched me that I was kind to me. And the other thing that super resonated, you said one time in one of your mindsets that the difference between success and failure is not that someone's a champion at something, has never fallen down, but they get back up and they start again. And that's so true. And so when I fall down, I go right back to those binders and I start from square one. I go back to the smoothies and I start reading and I start cooking just the recipes and I feel so good. But your body tells you you don't want this stuff. You want the other, you know. Yeah. So it's wonderful. And I can't thank you enough. God bless you guys. And your staff is wonderful and kind. I have found I can do this the rest of my life with no problem.
That's so amazing. That's just such beautiful words. Yes, the oatmeal story, I loved it because Georgine was saying she realized without thinking she was warming her own bowl for her own oatmeal. And one of the things I say to our members is whenever you eat, imagine you're cooking for the queen because you are the queen. I want you to get your most beautiful plate out. I want you to serve your food. I want you to make your plate look beautiful. I want you to sit down and eat slowly and enjoy it. And that's part of the transformation, is realizing that when you can do self-care and self-nurture and comfort yourself in ways that aren't food or aren't junk food, you realize there's actually infinite ways to meet the need, that hollow emptiness that we try and fill with food and junk food. You can fill it by warming your bowl in the morning, and the pleasure you get from it is the same as having the junk food, except it's better because after it's over, you feel great instead of terrible. So beautiful. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Georgine. And how do you feel now?
Oh, I just have more energy. I'm happy. I'm not in a dark place anymore. I'm in a wonderful spot and I love it. And I worried about how my family would, my grandkids now will eat something. Did we just eat healthy? I love it. I love that. Yes, you did just eat healthy and it tasted good.
Yes, I love it. Sometimes my 5-year-old says to me, Mum, can we have an ice cream but not a healthy one? Because she knows I sometimes do the let's have an ice cream, and I'll blend up a smoothie bowl kind of thing and put it in a cone, and she's cottoned on to me that there's a difference between the healthy ice creams, which she does like, but sometimes she'll go, can I have an ice cream but not a healthy one?
I love it.
So, that's very cute. Awesome. That's amazing. You're even impacting your grandkids. So wonderful. Well, thank you so much.